welcome to Midgardi RPG. My name is Hikaru, and this is not Madness. This is Legend of Hyrule: Chain of Awakening. Um, and these are my players.
Hi, I'm Garnbreak1, and I play Dargo, a Goron warrior. I hit things incredibly hard with a hammer and sometimes a weird guardian axe that I found after kicking the crap out of a giant machine. Hi.
Hey, I'm Pi. I'm playing Mavar, the deep sea Zora, Poe Scion, and if I am not watching a salt opera, I am in the process of making one, or making said make one. Either way,
Hi, I'm Zayo. I play Tika, a Rito sharpshooter. Um, I shoot a bow and I fly a lot. That's basically all of my combat mechanics. Show?
Hi, I'm Sho. I'm playing Zedrin, the spellsword Hyrulean fighter. And they're a Hylian who still isn't quite sure of himself.
Hey, I'm Talani, and I play Rava, the Gerudo skirmisher. She loves her wife so much, she doesn't actually want adventure. She would like goats, please. Goats make sense.
Goats do me. Could you please stop, cat? I have a cat like 2 inches from my mouth right now. Go lay down. Lay down, please. Please let me DM. Please. Earl says hi, by the way. Before we start, I would like to thank our sponsors. Roll20.net is the sponsor of our channel. Roll20.net is a virtual tabletop solution for all your tabletop needs. You want to play 5th edition? They've got a full compendium. You just have to, unlock it. But they have the SRD there for free. You want to play Pathfinder? They've got that too. Call of Cthulhu, also there. Kids on Bikes, also there. And I believe today they just released a new module for 5th edition, which some people might recognize. And I am not stalling for time. Odyssey of the Dragon Lords is now live on Roll20. It is the full thing. Like, it's a big bundle. It's got the full campaign module, all the maps with dynamic lighting, and compendium support for all the information of Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about. We've actually thought of like playing through that, and now that it's on Roll20, we might just have to at some point. So yeah, go check it out. And thank you for the sponsorship. All right. Does anyone remember what exactly happened last session?
We punched the crap out of some sort of fish lady, solving some sort of pearl related problem, and also had issues with Zora royalty.
and we got magical things.
I got a shiny new bow.
Right, 4 of the 5 of us found magical things, if I recall.
And 2 of them were so they could, breathe underwater. Meanwhile, Tika just has a bow.
I just walk underwater. It's fine. Don't
You
worry
don't
about
need to breathe.
it. Yeah, but I
You're
like
a
to.
rock.
It's fun.
Is it? Does Dargo ever remember to breathe, or does he just exist? And once in a while, they're like, "Hey, Dargo, do you ever breathe?" And that's when he takes in his first breath in like a week.
He also gasps dramatically, I'm sure.
I think that's the only reason he has lungs.
Fair enough.
It's more like a cavity in his chest that is used to boom his voice.
Is there
It's
a
not
reason
really
other to gasp dramatically?
Yeah.
To speak.
It's more of like a cavern than lungs, really.
Goron biology is horrifying.
Why
As
does he
seen
even have
by-
nose?
Why
Hmm.
does he even have... Gorons don't typically have noses. I never noticed he has one.
Yeah, maybe. I think it depends on the game. Some
Maybe it's to
games.
enhance the taste of rocks.
I mean, that's true. You do taste a lot through your nose.
Can
Yeah,
confirm Gorons do have noses.
yeah, they have slots. They have holes where And some of
They
them have
have
more nose.
slots. Could you make that sound any more disturbing?
Some of them actually have noses. They look
Some
more like
have
pigtails.
like nose shaped, yeah, protuberations on their faces, and they have like little
Prot-
dots,
What?
which we're gonna assume are maybe holes, nose holes. That's what those are called, right?
Nostrils.
Oh my
Moving
God.
on
We're
before
only
Carter
like 10 minutes
dies.
in and we're already a train wreck.
I mean, it
Took
wouldn't
that
be a
long, it's
Midgard.
impressive.
It wouldn't be
Yeah,
a Midgardian
seriously.
session if not. Slotstrils.
No, Garm. Slotstrils is not correct.
Absolutely no.
Honestly, I'm just banking on this cat getting tired of walking back and forth in front of me and settling down in his fucking box.
I
Bad
don't
news on
think
that
so.
front.
Nope.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Shit, fuck, that scared me.
This minor delay brought to you by Earl, the best cat. He's really cute.
Did that spook him?
No, but it spooked me. No, wait, he's still pooped out. He's totally spooked.
Well done, Zio.
Too bad. You could have warned me to mute my mic. Jeez.
No, because then we wouldn't have gotten the entertainment.
His tail is poofed out. Too bad we don't have cams today.
I startled Karu with chocolate once. It was
What?
her first
What?
Terry's chocolate orange. I warned her it was going to be
Oh,
loud, and she went, "What do you mean?"
oh.
Oh! Anyway, so
You
we
guys
killed
do
some
weird
loud
things.
chocolate? What's loud? Whack.
Yeah, that's more or less how it went. This is loud chocolate. And I'm like, what?
Pop. Anywho.
Midgardia, where we're all just absolute disasters.
Occasional
I mean, let's be
misfortune.
real. This is probably the part that most people are have fun listening to, and then they just zone out for the next 2 hours.
I mean,
and then
I
we kill
feel so
something.
attacked. Oh wait, you bet. I
other
got
people.
you.
Oh, hi.
So what are we inflicting violence on today, Karu?
I hope you don't inflict violence on anything, but my hopes are
Probably a
usually.
prince.
That sounds like a challenge.
All right. So last we left off, you had all finished with the temple, looted all of its belongings, including the orb.
Orb.
I was waiting for that. And began making your way back. Now, it was dark. It was getting dark by the time you guys finished there. Are you heading back through the jungle in the dark?
What, like it's hard?
What's the worst that could happen?
Nighttime jaguars eating you?
I made a
Or-
rock, don't worry about it.
Getting lost in
go
the
for
jungle?
Zen.
Yeah, that gives
versus-
me indigestion.
I mean,
And it's up to you guys. I know that you can't exactly see everyone's tokens right now, but you all were pretty beat up. But if you want to go through the forest, traipsing
I'd-
through this jungle,
I'd
I'm
rather
perfectly
not.
fine with that. I've got this like handy little random encounter table.
Nice.
I would much rather not, because I don't have any stamina.
Thank
Fine,
you,
we
bye.
can nap. By nap, I mean sleep.
Yes.
All right, where are you guys sleeping?
In a tree.
I'd like to find a nice, defensible little area.
You mean like the temple you guys left behind?
Yeah, that one.
It does have fresh water that a bar can sleep in.
I love Mavar. I miss him.
So are you guys gonna bed down in the
temple.
surrounding area of the temple?
I think so.
Mhm.
All right, sounds good. You all bed down in the temple, and thanks to sleeping in the temple and not like
In the forest.
in the
Jungle.
jungle, the few animals that are left here are probably by now very wary of the temple because it's been infested with monsters till last night. So they don't get near, at least for now. They might check it out after you guys leave, but
That's fine.
So you all have a long rest.
Praise.
Yay. Means you go back.
Karu,
Yes.
at least sometime during the night, because we're in a jungle. There's wood. I'm gonna try making some arrows.
Okay. Give me a nature check.
Would it be nature or wood carver's tools?
First, give me a nature check.
So you
Okay.
can find.
Oh, bloody hell. It's a jungle. I should be able to find sticks. 12, better than I expected.
Okay. You find sticks. Possibly not quite the sticks you're used to. The trees in this area are jungle-like and not the conifer
Coniferous.
coniferous type that you're used to seeing back home. They have a very, very different makeup. You're not sure how great the arrows are going to turn out, but you have some wood. It's a bit softer and more pliable than what you're used to using. You want to give me a woodcarver's tool now?
Okay. What attribute would I use for it?
Uh,
I'm guessing Dex, but I don't
yeah,
know.
Dex works.
Okay. 13.
Okay. The first few you make, you're like, this looks good, and you kind of like test it out, and they just droop. You're like, that didn't work. You make a second one and it looks good and it seems firm enough, and you leave it to the side, and when you get back to it, it's gone completely black for some reason. But you make like 5 that look like they'll shoot decently.
Sweet, thank you.
Maybe.
Listen, I need arrows. I can make my own arrows at least.
You know, in the future, you could ask your party for help finding sticks.
Yes.
I might do that, yes.
Back home, I wouldn't make you roll for finding sticks, but you're in a different type of jungle.
Oh, I absolutely understand. It's hilarious.
All right. Someone's got to teach you how to make them out of bamboo or something.
Fuck yeah.
All right. So, anything happening during the night? Are you guys just keeping watch and
Yes.
being quiet little adventurers?
I'm being a good boy.
Yeah, I'm sleeping like the blood deprived dead I am.
Sleeping. After I make arrows, it's sleeping.
Okay. Well, you all sleep, and just make sure that everyone recovers their HP and SP or whatever points you have. CP? Is that what it is?
Magic points or stamina points?
Stamina.
Stamina.
Okay. Because I think Rava hasn't recovered her HP.
I'm about to. I'm doing it. I'm working on it.
All right, good, cool. All right, so you all start trekking back to the coastal city. Do any of you know how to navigate a jungle?
Lol, no.
Walk forward.
I mean,
Fly above the trees and figure out what direction we're supposed to go?
I mean, I assume we could go back the way we came in because it's not like Dargo made a tiny little pathway.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that his tracks at least are fairly easy to follow.
Fair enough. Though jungles have a way of schlumping things like that.
Is that the technical term?
Yeah, schlumping. Uh-huh.
Question, how often does Dargo just start sinking into the ground if he stops walking for 2 seconds?
Oh, it's happened already. Okay, 16 survival check from Zedrin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, It's less about finding foot. Well, sometimes you can find footprints, but then you get into like a boggy section, and it's just no. You're like, hey, this looks like a Dargo indentation. Oh wait, no, it's not.
It looks like one though.
So
Am
it
I
takes
wrong?
you the better part of the morning to slog through this and have Tika flying up above the trees to figure out which direction you're supposed to be heading in. And you eventually make it to the coast. And from there, it's a bit easier once you're out of the jungle to find your way to the coastal city. When you make it back to, I'm assuming, where are you guys going as you go to this coastal city? Anywhere in particular?
We have to return the pearl, don't we?
Yes, we do.
So we have to go talk to the princess.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you head towards the castle,
Mm.
palace. It's more of a palace than a castle. Castles are defensible. This thing looks like it's made to top a cake. Look, it's got delicate spires and shit. It looks more like an elven
What if
palace
it's a
than.
defensible cake?
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, the defensible thing is the bubble of energy that protects the city, which is not up right now. But you all approach the main entrance, and you recall there's a large open area in front of the gates to the palace, and it's a bit crowded right now. There
Oh.
seems to be a lot of people staring at whatever the heck is happening in that area.
Ooh, ooh. Means it's gotta be good. Come on, Mavar.
It better not be a Maoiage.
Oh. It's probably the princess finally having enough of the princess shit.
I
Which is why I
swear,
wanna
if
go.
it is a marriage, I'm gonna
You're gonna.
be very, very fucking mad and might punch someone.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's probably the princess having enough of the princess shit.
As you approach through the crowd, it takes a bit of like jostling here and there, and even flying is not that much easier because remember there's actually Rito here, so there's Rito in the air too. Though most of them are perched on wherever they can perch to be able to see what's happening up ahead. Eventually, as you approach, you start hearing the sound of clanging metal against metal.
Oh.
So it still could
yeah.
be either.
I mean, yeah.
Or both.
Or both. Ceremonial marriage fight. Um, you break through the
Yeah,
crowd.
no, as a Gerudo, that makes a lot of sense.
State decreed enemies to lovers.
Mhm.
So?
You break through the crowd, and finally, most of you, except the tiny one, sees what's happening up ahead. And what you see is Princess Narufe fighting Prince Kira. Both have their tridents out and are battling. Immediately, you notice two things. One, Prince Kira doesn't seem to have broken a sweat, and he's being very. He's kind of sort of playing it defensively and just letting her come at him. She looks tired and battered. And as you approach, you see her strike out with her trident, and he blocks it with his own, kind of manages to get the tines between hers, pushes her trident to the ground, and then uses the butt of his trident to whack her in the temple.
One, nice. Two, I'm gonna stab bitch.
Mm-hmm. Zed is already like narrowing his eyes and kind of tapping.
He
his
lets go of
foot.
her trident so she can like stagger back, and he sighs and goes, "Princess, I think I've already proven that I can fight. Why don't we stop there?" and she kind of glances around, and as she does, you notice she's like trying to hold back tears at this point because she's frustrated, and also, well, she just got owned in front of her own palace.
He's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, really.
But finally she kind of like huffs, pulls her trident up, and grudgingly bows her head to him. You win this bout, Prince Kira, and with that you have gained the right to go confront that Blight Lord.
Hmm. Oh my gosh. Zed is just like, can't
There's
quite hold back
easier
a
ways
snort.
to get rid of him.
Tika's just standing beside Mavar laughing.
Yeah, Zed is like just in the new armor, just kind of like snickering.
They both turn to your group in surprise, and Nerf immediately kind of perks up. Oh, you're back!
Uh-huh.
Hi.
Wave, wave, wave.
And Kira in
Wave.
the back goes, "Oh, you're back. I thought you all had just run away with your tails between your legs."
I don't have a tail. Hello.
I don't have one either.
I
That's
have
down
one,
here.
but it's not between my legs. That's a very bad way to fly. Just gonna say.
Rafa
Could you
just
maybe show us how to do
squints at
that?
him imposingly.
Oh, we got the thing.
Uh-huh. And the stuff.
Mrs. Narufa looks a bit confused,
But
and Prince Kira looks like, what the hell are you people talking about?
you took care of the Blight
Tika
Lord.
just points to Zed and the armor.
I left
Sparkle.
Zed.
Put you down.
That works.
I put Zed down.
They both stare at you, but what about the barrier?
There was a barrier?
So,
It let us in?
uh-huh.
Was there supposed to be a barrier?
Yeah,
Huh?
we didn't encounter anything like that.
Uh-uh.
I'm just kind of looking at the pair of them because I'm pretty sure they're slack-jawed by now.
Yeah.
Also, who of us wound up with the orb?
Orb.
If no one else took it, Zed could
Um,
have it, but I'm pretty sure somebody else did.
Tika would have suggested Mavar holding it since
Oh,
it
yeah.
is an important Zora item.
Mhm.
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Yeah, I think Mavar was given
Yeah.
the orb.
Okay,
to
cool.
protect.
Yeah, we brought that thing back too.
I hold it out for the princess.
You. Huh.
Blight
Well,
Lord
I guess
said-
that just proves beyond a doubt that you are the heroes.
Wag, 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 wag.
There's a crowd around us.
It's too late.
Can somebody mage hand to give a little bit of a smack?
No, not in front of the crowds.
Yeah, the crowds have picked up this whole heroes, and then just like everyone's
no.
shouting and yelling and cheering, and someone pushes Mavar forward with the orb so that he goes up to the princess, and she's like
Squaw.
arms out to take the orb.
Good.
She takes the orb, kind of holds it up, and you don't smack into her.
Or fall on my
Or fall
face.
flat.
I was thinking trip.
Yeah, me too.
She holds it up and channels magic into it, and you all see this like glowing blue light pulse from the orb in like a bubble that goes through the crowd and encompasses the whole city.
Ooh.
Ooh, look at the pretty colors.
Tika just leans a little down to Zed a bit and is like, any idea what that was?
Probably the barrier.
Oh.
Huh. Looks a little bit like Hylia's blessing, actually.
The crowd eventually dies down, and she disperses the magic and turns to Prince Kira with a bit of a smug look. Well, it looks like your services won't be needed to recover the orb, Prince Kira. We already have a hero here, and waves to Mavar. And
If I could get smugger, I did.
Out of a character shit, but I have to point this out. I love the fact that Mavar's hood has the symbol on it the opposite way as the symbol that the princess is wearing. They match. Just saying.
Don't mess with my salt ass opera head.
well, that just makes sense. One of them is coastal and the other one's deep sea. They just use the symbol
Exactly.
differently.
Mhm.
And then Prince Kira doesn't have it on him, so
I know.
Because he's not a real prince.
Are you saying Mavar is?
No, I'm saying he's not.
Thump
I just have a
emoji.
dope ass cloak.
Prince Kira does not look too happy about this turn of events. And he still has his trident in hand, and he now points it to Mavar and goes, I am not letting you come out of nowhere and marry Princess Narufe.
Wait, there's gonna be a marriage?
Whoa, what?
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 Mavar, are you marrying the princess? You
Oh
didn't
my
tell me.
God. This is like an actual bona fide salt opera. Quick, take notes.
What? Are you not going to discharge the duty of that one who cleanses the altar that will marry the princess? And
Uh.
I'm gonna look at the princess like, who started this?
she's got that like innocent look, kind of like tapping on the orb, kind of looking away, like,
This
dude.
little shit knew about that and didn't tell me.
It's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Shit, is it too late to run away?
Mavar,
The only
looks
thing
like you
left-
have the arranged marriage now. Suck it.
Prince Kira does not look happy, and he is now pointing his trident at Mavar and goes, I demand a duel.
Stomp. I'll be champion.
When Zed's coming forward, Tika just leans over and grabs him and is like, no, Zed.
Yoink.
This is Zora business.
Oh, you can't
beat
declare
him
a
up
champion?
after.
Mavar, kick his ass.
Good luck.
I mean, I don't know about this whole something or other that the princess didn't ever mention, Glare. But I will gladly kick your ass in front of this entire village.
City.
I'll take notes. Make a good salt opera. Salt opera ad.
Narufa just has sparkly eyes as she's watching this and is doing nothing to stop it.
Now Mavar must fight for the princess's honor.
No, I'm fighting to kick his ass.
Princess Narufa comes forward and, while holding the orb, says, very well, you two can fight. Now remember, as Zora's fighting each other, no electric attacks. No lightning damage.
You know, I hadn't
And-
thought about that, but now I'm sad.
Does Mavar just pout a little at this?
He goes, oh yeah, that's it. Hey, wait a minute. That would have been a great idea.
And no healing during the fight.
Tika just glances at Zed.
I'm
no
gonna look away.
interference from other people, and she glances at Zed.
So does Mavar going,
What?
uh-huh, uh-huh.
What?
Points at my eyes, points at Zed.
Cheering is fine though, right?
Cheering is absolutely fine.
Perfect.
Is betting also fine?
As long as I don't hear about it. And you hear the crowd start murmuring.
Oh my god.
Just, you know that effect of like thousands of people whispering at the same time?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Hey, Karu, can I find the most flamboyant, the most bard-like person in the crowd?
Dude, it's Zora's. How are you gonna pick that one?
Mhm.
It's Zora's and Rito's, but I'd like to find the one that's the most colorful and the one who looks like they're really, really paying close attention and, maybe gonna write.
You're literally describing everyone in this crowd.
I mean,
Yeah,
The
basically.
real question is, are you going to bring up the fact that I've never been formally trained?
no.
But it'll raise the odds.
All right. Who looks like a bookie?
Give me a perception check.
17.
Okay. It doesn't take too much. You're not looking for the most flamboyant, but you are looking for the one that has the most calculating glance and the one that has a lot of people just money in hand trying to pass it his way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, I'd like to approach them,
Mm-hmm.
poke my head in.
Now
Mavar is not formally trained. I'd like to place. I gotta see how many rupees I actually have. Oh,
The real question is, how do I kick this guy's ass?
shit.
Fast.
I don't have that many rupees. Damn it. Karu, why do you not give us more money in this game?
We're poor as fuck.
I
Just because she
know.
keeps forgetting to give us money.
Yeah, seriously.
Didn't you guys just find a bunch of money in the temple? Granted, that's Zora money, but I'm pretty sure I
Oh.
gave you guys more.
I don't see any.
Maybe you weren't given any of it.
Rude.
Is it under party things?
No, party things, we have 1 green rupee, 2 red rupees.
According to my notes, group rupees is 2 silver rupees and 1 purple rupee.
Groupies, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys haven't updated the party things in a while, I think.
Because we just haven't gotten party things in a while. But
Well, according to Zio's notes, you have.
So Zio can update it then.
Update what?
party things.
That's a thing?
The handout.
There is a handout.
That
There
says
is?
party things on it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Huh.
It says party things.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we keep calling it that.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm
how much are
gonna
you
bet
betting?
35 goopies. Because I have 71 green rupees.
Okay. The odds are against Mavar even before you said that, because they just saw Prince Kiro, and it's known that he was part of the Deep Sea Zoras who fought to hold back the blighted creatures that were harassing his people when they fled from their ancestral home. So he's a bit of a war hero.
Okay. Cool. Well, so that just made the odds even better.
Yeah. There's a few that want Mavar to win mainly because they want to see Prince Kira get defeated.
Embarrassed.
Are they all
Yeah.
coastal, Zora?
Yeah. Mostly. There's some Rito too that are like, yeah, this is clearly Princess Narufe prefers the blue one, not the purple one.
The rando?
Right.
I mean, yes.
I mean, he's got some fancy stuff going on for him, so maybe he's not some like rando. Maybe besides, she just called him the hero, so and he did bring back the orb, so he's
So
got
at the
that. That
same
means
time, hero? What?
he defeated the Blight Lord. Then again, he had like 4 other people helping him to do that, and Prince Kira was going to do it on his own. So clearly, Prince Kira is better.
Yeah. Clearly. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Because he totally would have survived that.
Newsflash, you wouldn't have won on your own.
Oh,
So
I
Prince
wouldn't have tried on my own.
Prince Kira looks at Mavar as he brandishes his trident. So, hero, what's it going to be? Just tridents? Or are you going to use magic?
Well, I wouldn't want to ruffle the princely scales, now would I? I flutter my eyes.
You hear Zelda
Besides,
snort.
if the prince does not have any magic whatsoever, then it would be so unfair for me to, say, upend you and dunk you headfirst into the pond.
What's your passive perception, Pi?
I have no idea.
Probably.
Oh, it's
Highest in
16.
the group.
I'm not used to
16.
that.
As you're
I'm
saying
also
that, you're
16.
looking him up and down, and you notice he has an ice rod on his belt.
Squint.
Squid.
Oh.
And he's just grinning as you say that he doesn't do magic.
Are you saying that you want to show off all of your capabilities, as
Oh,
meager
I'm
as
just
they
asking
are?
if you prefer to get if you prefer your ass to get kicked with just the trident, or if I should use my magic so that you can, at least have something you can do. And he kind of looks you up and down like you can't wield a trident for your fucking life.
I mean, that's kind of true.
Yeah, we know.
Looking at you, bong stick +2.
So what'll it be? A clash of titans?
Well, let's give this crowd something to watch. Magic it is.
Very well.
Make it flashy.
So
Remember what
flashy.
the princess said. No lightning.
Oh, I don't like that smirk. Out of character.
All right, Mavar, why don't you roll initiative?
I don't like that smirk, that little asshole. He's got something.
Oh, he's definitely. Oh no.
No.
Oh, I
Are.
can go first, I guess.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god! Why did we both roll a 1 for initiative?
For those listening, that was a 4 and a 3. Mavar goes first.
No, you go first. No, I insist.
Just someone go already.
This is basically the staring contest of the century. It's like, no, you go first. Oh, I'm just letting you. No, you go first. Just
If you guys don't start soon, I'll go.
Good
I
lord.
could have flown around the island once before you guys actually do anything.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's real fucking stupid.
Someone take a screenshot of that, please.
I think Garm did.
It is already done.
Oh my god. All
You know
right.
what? This will be fine. All right. I'm just gonna. So since we're having this bloody staring contest and not frickin' starting, I'm just gonna casually whisper at him that perhaps this was all set up so that you never had a chance anyway. Oh man, I'm casting this too. I'm gonna need a DC 16 Wisdom save. All
Whoops.
right.
Damn.
Ow.
It's a
So
24.
19, that's 9, which is half. And is this a bonus? That's an action. Oh, that would be funny though. And we'll just float.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I
All
was
right.
gonna say, Princess probably backed up.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially when
likely.
magic
Yeah, and
was
well,
mentioned.
Zed is actually backing up to Rava and being like, "So, really hope nope.
Don't whisper, show.
Sorry. Bar was the one that they think purified the altar? Because that'd be really awkward.
Yeah.
I can barely hear you, show. I have you cranked up
Yeah.
all the way, but like it just
Sorry.
it's okay.
Zed just whispered to Rava, I'm really glad that they think that it's Mavar who purified the altar and the miasma. Because that'd be awkward. Even if it would mean that I get to duel that asshole.
All right. Well,
We would all like to. She just looks at him with disgust.
I mean, yeah. This is just the best day ever.
Getting
the
to
prince
him.
looks at you and goes, "Oh, is that how it is? Well, I would hate for you to fight inappropriately in front of all this crowd, but at the same time, I do want to see you blunder about." And he casts a magic, and a aura of darkness falls on you as he casts Bane, which means you have a -2 penalty to your attack rolls and saving throws, and he can impose disadvantage on your attacks if he wants
Interesting.
to.
Can I just say that's OP as shit when it has no saving throw against the Bane?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it takes a remove curse to actually get rid
Also,
of it.
he needs to be closer to me.
Oh, that's a good
Well,
point.
you guys, yeah, he is gonna close.
Pardon.
He's gonna close in. I kind of assumed you guys were already gonna be close together, so. And I don't think he has a bonus act. Oh wait, doesn't he? Oh fuck, yes he does. Does he? Did I prepare that spell?
Can he cast more than
Yes.
one spell that
That's
That's
not a
not a
spell.
spell.
It looks like a feature.
oh
Yeah,
oh lovely.
it's a class feature. So
Oh,
he's gonna
no.
cast spiritual weapon and summon another trident.
56 magic points?
Uh, I didn't
That
mention he was a magic user.
yeah, well that is way more than I have. That's like 3 times. Oof.
Yeah, because you're not a full magic user.
Well,
So you
I use
take
stamina.
19 force damage. And then he grins at you and goes, "You're in over your head, boy." And it's your turn.
Wait, how old does this son of a bitch look?
He's not much older than you.
Given that like we're 24 and younger, we're not old at all.
Isn't Mavar in his hundreds?
What?
What?
No?
Excuse me?
What?
Oh, apparently Mavar's the same age as Omitra,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is like 50.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did I give him an age? I did not. He's closer to 100. So he is older than you, and that's
Okay.
probably why he's taller.
So at
than
least there's that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So if I use a spell, if I use a damaging spell, that I can do that. To cast a spell. No, not moints. We're not using. I hate you all.
I said
Moints.
nothing.
I hate you all so much.
I didn't do anything,
For once.
but that's mostly because I don't use moins.
I hate you all.
Hey,
Bless
I
you,
don't use
Zio.
points either.
I only use
I love you,
Soints,
Pie.
so
You're all the worst.
We can call them mants if you prefer.
No.
I hate
But you love us,
all
Pie.
so much. All right. Yeah, that is kind of OP as fuck without a saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if you guys recognize the class, but yeah.
Nope. I'm sure someone else has like made 3,000 characters. To
Well, this is
have-
These are
the-
all custom classes. I have no
Yeah.
idea what he is.
Neither do I.
I'm assuming maybe a sage?
Probably.
Yes, he's a sage.
All right. I'm trying to figure out what I have that has saving throws versus attacks.
Hmm.
But a lot of them are actually lightning damage.
Of course.
Like half of my attacks that use saving throws are lightning damage.
Mm-hmm.
Really, show.
Sorry. Thought I was muted.
No, you weren't the first time either, but
Yeah, at the same time, he also has lightning damage, and Princess Narufa would rather not see both of you dead.
There's healers here.
yeah, there's healers here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not to mention, a lot of lightning can be area, and she really doesn't want the crowd suffering. It's just too dangerous.
I'm sure that's it. All right. Well,
There's water everywhere.
all right. I am curious how well this would go.
Oh no.
So I've already got disadvantage, so I can't get double disadvantage.
That's fair.
It's true.
Oh, but I have a -2. God damn it.
I mean,
Well, how do I set that anyway? Low attack modifier?
Yep.
Probably, yeah.
Does it do negatives?
It probably can.
It should be able to.
Because it does the clicky thing where you can click up. So you can probably click down too.
All right, we'll see if it works or not.
If not, we'll just do it manually.
Uh-huh. All right, I'm gonna try Withering Ray then.
Okay.
That was 3 nat 20s if I had advantage.
What the fuck? You're right.
Wow.
Did you trade rolls with Garm?
Apparently. So I have a 1, 7, an 18, and a 20 at disadvantage.
Yeah. 18 just hits, so the 2 second rays hit.
Alrighty then. So that's going to be 18 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And I have spell versatility. And as much as I would love to just do an unarmed strike and punch him in the face, that won't do very much.
Yeah, that's the one thing he doesn't have as a sage. He does not have spell versatility because he's a full caster.
As opposed to a half caster.
Yeah.
The hell would I have out?
Yeah, both of you are half casters. That's why he has so many spell points.
Woohoo! 2 nat 1s and 3 nat 20s and 4 rolls.
I'm surprised you didn't try to use the bonk stick.
Look,
That's
the Bog Stick has even less of an attack bonus.
I suppose.
He blocks your dagger easily with his trident, and he seems impressed at least by your ray, but kind of looks back at you and goes, "So you can only hit if you attack multiple times like that? You're not very good at aiming, are you?"
Tika's just thinking that's her job.
He's gonna take a step back from you.
Oh.
This bitch. All right, let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, it doesn't say that, does it? Must have a casting time of 1 action and target only that creature.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that only targets 1 creature.
Oh my.
That's right, boy. Run away.
Damn it.
He's a +9?
Yeah, he's a sage.
He's a sage. He's a wisdom caster.
Yeah, Zed goes, he's a sage. Yeah, like I know what that means.
You're a
No,
sage.
that's not his HP.
No, I'm not.
Aren't you? Oh
No.
shit! No, you're.
I start every time
Scion.
by saying I'm a Poseidon.
Yeah.
Right. The other S word. My mistake.
It's a PS.
No, it isn't. This is SC.
He's
Oh.
gonna take out his rod,
I'm sorry, what?
his ice rod, pointed at you. Oh, that is so weak.
That's
That's
real weak.
cute.
Whoosh. What was that about aiming?
He's just not very good with his rod.
No, don't take my points away.
Ah, so what you're telling me is you can only hit if you have somebody else do the work for you.
Love it.
All right. Well, he looks upset that he missed that attack, but it is your turn now.
So this is gonna be great.
Oh my god, Garm.
Peanut gallery.
Of course we're going to be shouting all this. Come on.
For those of you playing along at home, I'm not reading out that comment. Go check out the pod.
I'm so sad. Oh my god. Garm!
Wow.
Y'all a train wreck at the peanut gallery.
Yep. So,
Right.
what's Mavar gonna do next?
Be annoyed at this stick. Alright.
You're clearly not a proper Zora fighter. You don't even have a trident.
Out of character, I don't use a trident because it's only a +3 to attack. Spells have a +8. On the other hand, would I love to do that to him? Yes. Does Bane do anything with vision?
Vision? No.
Alright, and it is a bonus. No, I would need my action and bonus action to hold an attack for something, right?
You can bonus action. It uses your action to prepare a held attack, and then your reaction to unleash it.
Okay.
So you can move and use your bonus action before preparing an attack.
But dodge is a full action unless I'm a Rava.
Correct.
Rogue. That's the right word I actually wanted.
Oh my god, but Rava
Nah,
is
you were right
perfect.
the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless you're a Rava.
Okay. God damn.
What?
Nothing.
They were talking about your class
Okay.
features.
Yeah.
I really want to use Dark Dive, and I'm really sad I can't.
Isn't it lightning?
Yes.
Ah.
I know that doesn't actually make a difference than if I only went up one. But I'm still gonna try and shank a bitch. I think.
Roll 20, please.
No, I need to use a spell and then shank a bitch.
Ah.
Alright, I'm going to pull water from the nearby wherever the fuck
Mm-hmm.
and clock him in the nose with it, or at least try to.
Strength save.
Oh.
Yeah, that clocks him.
Yes.
Excellent. Then I can use spell versatility to attempt to shank him. Actually, no, this bitch I want to see if I can even hit with this stupid ass thing.
The bog stick.
No.
The trident?
Oh.
If it hadn't had the -2.
Yeah. You could have, but it's almost like he's reading your movements and easily blocks the trident. Oh, I see. That's why you don't use the trident. What kind of proper Zora doesn't know how to use a trident well?
A living one. Well, actually,
Hmm. Oh no.
yeah. You probably see more as Mavar's hood falls back that he definitely looks more skeletal than he does like an actual fish.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, he's like, you don't look all that alive to me.
Oh god, I am treated as undead.
Uh-oh.
That's
You're what now?
You're treated as
Okay,
undead.
so how far are we into this campaign before I find out that he's a fucking undead prince?
About as long as it takes for me to find that out too.
Hey, Karu.
Don't give her ideas.
You guys already did. Wait, did Mavar actually die in the attack on his home?
No.
I wish you were more sure.
Me too.
I don't.
Okay, so he goes, "Oh, playing with water, are we?
Uh-oh.
Let me show how you can use that as well." And he slams his staff into the ground, and the water that has fallen on the ground from your attack, freezes into spikes that jump up in this direction. Dexterity save.
I did not program that in either. $14.
Okay, so 26 cold damage.
Was that Craig? Yeah, it was Craig.
That was
Yeah, it
Craig.
was Craig.
Craig,
what
get
the
your butt back here.
Why do you keep doing that? How does he even? How does he
Did
even
Craig just
do
yeet
that?
himself out again?
One more time, Craig. I'm waiting for it.
I am too.
No, he's not going to do it this time. All right, so you take 26 damage, and
Ow. Hang on. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything about that.
he teleports to the end of the line of jagged, icy crystals. And let me double check what the spell says.
That's 5d8.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it is considered difficult terrain. There, ice.
Is it still considered difficult terrain if you're floating above it?
No.
So that was
That was more show off than anything.
It's true. He keeps bragging about how good he is and how bad Mavar is, but the first thing he did is literally cripple Mavar in this fight. It's cheap.
Well, he has
I mean,
no
I
idea
don't
how good.
actually have like any fantasies that I'm going to win this fight at all.
He's actually, even though he could, he's gonna leave the spiritual trident aside as he sees how weak you are, and he's got this like confident braggart, like I'm toying with you now look, and he's gonna let you go. And before you go, and I know this is gonna look terrible for some people, but Narufa from the back just goes, "Kick his ass, Mavar!" And you feel a bit of divine magic lift the
What?
bane off of you.
She says no interference, and yet,
Yeah, she made the rules. She can break them.
oh, she's
I
the
mean,
princess.
she might also see that that Bane was absolutely a cheap move.
Mhm.
You never know. Tika's been
I.e.
complaining about it.
or that she had it used on her.
She's a cleric. She has remove curse.
Oh my god.
Sage.
Fucking amazing.
Lol.
Can you use inflict wounds on him? That's
Trust me, I
necrotic.
can. What I'm actually looking up is if I can cast at level 3 or level 4. Because I've never looked that up in a while.
Oh.
For inflict wounds?
No, for as my class, what level can I cast at?
Oh, because you're kind of sort of warlock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Third.
And I've been looking this up for the last like 3 turns, and I still can't find it on this sheet.
Pardon. You're level 8, right?
Max spell. Ha!
2.
Yeah, Procyon level 8.
Okay, sign level 9 is max spell
Yep.
3. Okay. Yeah, but there's no way for me to get advantage now. This little bitch. All right. Just, I'm going to have my glowing eyes sink even further into my head as I slowly disappear. All right, bitch, we'll see how this goes. How does the ice move on the ground?
It doesn't. It just he turned the water on the ground to ice, and now there's like spikes of ice on the ground in a line.
Yeah, but it says you may also choose as a reaction to teleport the locations of the shards. However, doing so ends the movement of the spell.
It means that if you teleport not the 30 feet, but like 20 feet, it doesn't go all the way to 30 feet. Because it's a line, it's a 30-foot line. So if he teleports to one of the squares before the end of the movement of the spell, then the spell doesn't reach its full 30 feet. It stops wherever you teleport. That's what it means.
Okay.
So if you were to do it, if you were to teleport like 10 feet, then it wouldn't do the 30 feet. It would just do the 10 feet. But he teleported towards the end of it, so
4 and if only I could use an interact with object to huck something into the river behind him.
I mean, can't you?
Why not?
I don't know, can I?
you could.
Hell yeah. I'll try to like aim it for right behind him.
Okay.
Right, because you're invisible right now.
Yeah, basically.
Lol.
Ninja mask.
So you're gonna try to give me I guess a sleight of hand. Yeah, give me a sleight of hand.
Would it
15.
All right. This is more of it's
Eh.
fine. All right. Is that
my
all you're
God.
doing on your turn?
Yes.
Okay. On his turn, he's gonna look around, kind of look back at where the sound came from.
Oh my God.
Going invisible is not going to save you, he says. It's only gaining you a fraction of a second before I defeat you. And his eyes start to glow.
Oh my God, Hobbs, can you not? No, okay.
Nope, he has to meow.
He doesn't meow, he howls.
He sure does. That's a level 2 spell. Level 2 spell is 3 magic. Because that one did not take it out. Because it wasn't programmed.
God.
Unfortunately, that was a action, so he's going to move around and turn to look at you. And you see the spiritual weapon move towards you. He smiles, points his trident at your invisible self, and go, "Are you ready to run away? Is that it?" And it's your turn.
Trust me, I would also love to kick his ass. I also know that's not actually going to happen. Man, if this hits, this will be great. Which I mean is like D&D in a nutshell.
Yeah. Yeah.
3, 4.
And it's all about the dice rolls. You do have him bloodied. Like, he's at half health.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I have 10 health.
Oh God.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you took half of my health with one attack. I don't really know what you expected. So let's see here. For the love of God, just hit him in his stupid slot strolls.
Oh, yes. Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah, that hits.
All right, so that's inflict wounds at level meow. Thank you, Hobbs.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
For 34 necrotic damage.
Oh boy.
Breaking invisibility so I can punch him in the nose.
Uh-huh.
Get-
He takes the full brunt of it, and you can see him like stagger back a step and kind of like grab his nose, which is now bleeding. I guess. I don't know how Zora's have like snoots, but they don't have slots. They
I'm gonna
just,
point out that was inflict wounds. At minimum, he's bleeding.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's got
Oh.
more like the necrotic like veins, like the like it looks kind of it looks bad.
Hey, look, your face looks better now.
Well, it couldn't really get worse.
I have a question about
Yeah.
does no, that would count as healing, never mind.
Potion.
No, soul drain.
Soul drain.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Look at that. But
5. We'll just grab some magic back.
I could see Zora bleeding blue, yeah.
That actually just depends on what metal their blood cells use.
Well, I mean, this prince probably bleeds blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
considering they're
Yeah.
deep sea creatures.
And he's gonna take an extra 5 necrotic as I
Oh,
heal up.
Yes.
did that
no.
get him?
Magic
that get him?
points.
oh no.
Yes.
He's all confident. It's like, "Ha, you can't do this, and I can take you down whenever I want." And you just drain extra life from him, and he staggers, kind of like shakes his head, and you can see that like his even though he's got wait, is that concentration?
Nope.
See invisibility is no
Nope.
concentration. Huh. Even though he has the see invisibility up, it's like he can't see anything for a moment, and he just like crashes to one knee using the trident to keep himself upright, and he's like, "That's not that's not," and then he just collapses to the ground.
Mavar.
Yeah, I'm gonna approach the bookie as soon as that resolves and hold up my hand.
The bookie's just staring at this as the crowd is going wild again,
Gimme.
and he's just staring with mouth open. It's like, but how? That's not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't,
Hero.
how do?
Not hero. Hero
But,
wins.
I don't.
Gimme.
While this is happening, Tika's basically gonna fly over the crowd and land beside Mavar and give him a hug because that was awesome.
And well deserved.
You did it, Mufar. That was horrifying.
Hey, Sokaru.
Yeah.
What were the odds?
Oh, how much did
You
you
missed-
give him?
I gave him 35 green rupees.
Okay. He passes you a pouch with 175 rupees.
Oh, 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 oh. Nice.
That was a very deep noblewoman's laugh.
Sorry, 210. I
Whoop.
forgot your bet.
Woohoo. I'm rich.
Princess Narufu, who was looking a bit nervous with Mavar like looking as wounded as he was, she was like, "Oh God, is he gonna lose? Am I actually gonna have to marry him?" Is like, "Excellent battle. I knew you could. Always knew you would win, Mavar."
I love her.
Me too.
Princess, you might want to heal him before he dies. Just gonna say.
Yeah, she holds out her hand, and everyone who's hurt gets 16 healing.
Oh, she's good at this.
Including herself, right? Okay.
Yes, including
Good.
herself.
No,
She has
not
mass-
minus.
She has mass cure
Wrong way,
wounds.
dumbass.
Wait, does
Wow.
mass cure wounds need to be like in
Nope.
30 feet.
60
It's
feet?
range.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, it doesn't need to
cool.
be touch. Only regular cure wounds.
Yeah, I was thinking of cure wounds being
No.
touch. But
Mass Cure Wounds is not. That's why it's so much better.
oh, actually, she's not gonna do that. Fuck that shit. She's actually gonna use something else.
Oh.
She's gonna channel the magic of the orb.
Holy shit!
What?
Please read
And-
that out
What
loud.
the fuck?
And restores everyone who's hurt back up to full.
That is insane.
That's
To 4. Good lord.
400?
I mean, it's a legendary item.
Yeah, but still.
3 times a day?
Mm-hmm. I presume it's still got the max of that.
Well, it's not like we used it.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I don't think we could if we tried.
I don't think so either.
No, she does have leftover healing. Kira has the highest HP out of the 3 of you, and he had 80 HP.
Ha, he has
That's
less
it?
than me.
He's a wizard.
No, he's not. He's a sage. That's a cleric.
Well, it depends on what sage you are. He's a water sage, so yes, he does actually have healing spells. Which is why Princess Narufa was like, no healing. He comes to, realizes he's on the ground looking up, kind of grudgingly gets to his feet, rubbing his forehead. That was impressive. Nice comeback.
And begrudgingly, you do good, try didn't work.
Thank you. He gives a courtly bow to you as well. You have won in combat. I suppose there is not much else I can do but cede the throne to you. Good luck.
Yeah, about that, Narufe. Glare.
Princess Narufa's like, excellent! Well, we should all retire into the castle now.
To
I'm
continue
sure,
this discussion, yes?
It's
Oh,
more,
yeah.
Mhm.
it's more of a
I'm
palace.
sure we have a lot to talk about the heroics of how you defeated the Blight Lord. And
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I love the looks that she's getting. I can already picture all of them.
she leads the whole party back into the palace, into more less crowded chambers, more private sanctum, a place full of pillows where you can sit down wherever you want.
Are we talking about enough pillows that I can
This
make a
is-
small nest of pillows?
This is
Probably.
too fancy. I don't know where to put
Yes!
my hands.
Oh my goodness! I mean,
Nest! Nest of
everywhere.
pillows!
There's also a pool of water in the center.
Huh? Shit. How deep is it?
It's deep enough for you to like, it has a rim inside that you can like sit on, and if you sit on the inside rim, it reaches your waist.
So it reaches about my shoulders almost.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And Princess Narufe goes into the water and sits down there. And then pats the seat next to her, looking at Mavar.
Smirk.
Untrusting, squinting.
Oh, by the way, at this point, Zed has a scroll out and is scribbling furiously.
Did the prince follow us?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
He's also going into the water, but sitting opposite of Princess Marufe.
I guess Darko's gonna sit in the water through space. Oh no, he might make it overflow. Damn you, Archimedes.
I mean, would that stop him from trying?
Yeah.
Would it?
He's a smart boy. Well,
That's why I was like, what?
yeah, he's gonna carefully lower himself down until it looks like he's gonna overflow, and then just go, oop, and carefully climb back out and find somewhere.
Was Zed already in the water at that point?
Yeah.
You just see the water go voop above his head.
Blub, 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 blub.
Oh,
Indignant blubber.
Sorry. Dargo's gonna sit somewhere else.
Dargo,
Slightly
you
sad.
can sit on the edge and put your feet in.
I mean,
That poor edge.
Dargo's gonna find the most structurally stable looking edge.
It takes your weight decently enough. You're
I mean,
pretty
Zora
sure.
heavy as fuck.
Yeah, the crack was your knees, not the edge. Probably.
Mm.
By the way, those people who were looking at Zed when the water went over his head, he had a particularly surprised expression because he realized he can breathe underwater
Oh
because of the
yeah.
armor.
Yeah, he's wearing the Zora armor.
And then you just see him back up. Wow, this is cool. Back up.
Anyways,
Did Mavar sit beside Narufe?
All the better to glare at her with.
Well, then. So I think it's a bit too soon to talk about marriage in any case. And
Yes, a bit too soon since no one actually said anything about this when you said, "Oh yes, the Blight Lord is over here. This is where you will get the thing."
and you got the thing. See, and she points at where Zed is.
When were we going to mention the whole thing about arranged marriages that we already yelled about? And I
yeah, it
think-
was kind of
point
a
to
shitty
Tika.
mood. That was really, really shitty move.
Well, about that, I mean, I think, you would make a good king, Mavar. I mean, to be fair, the hero has always married a princess in the past, and now that there's so many of you, then you can marry more than one princess. So it doesn't always have to be Princess Zelda who ends up with the hero. As
Rava says flatly through this, I'm taken.
that's fine. I want Mavar, not you.
So, what if Mavar wasn't the one who purified the altar? What would you have done then?
It's technicalities.
So you just have a really big crush on Mavar. Just admit it.
I don't know what you're talking about, she says as she goes deep purple.
Hey, I'm just gonna
Oh my
reach over the
God.
side where my pack is, take out the scroll, and make a big note, and then put the scroll back in.
I mean, it's kind of obvious you just want an excuse to get closer to Mavar at this point. But you could have done this without the whole arranged marriage thing, because that is
Wow.
a shitty move.
Okay, let's be okay. The arranged marriage was Prince Kira's father's idea, and I honestly haven't really accepted that. But this way, and especially now that the duel was done in public, Prince Kira is freed of his necessity to forcefully try to marry me because he has lost to another suitor. Now, whether that marriage happens or not really depends on Mavar. Mavar, I'm not just because you helped cleanse I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't want to.
I'm gonna be even with Zed going blah 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 blah.
Blub, 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 blub.
So is this just a ploy to get out of an arranged marriage and then get closer to your crush?
Yes.
Ah, okay, that makes more sense.
Let's
Reach
pop
back
up.
down.
Tika, you should have tried that.
Uh-huh.
Blah 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 blah.
Reach back down
Huh?
over the edge, pull out parchment, scribble, 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 put it back.
The thing is,
Wait a minute. Does that mean Princess Zelda normally? Wait, what?
I'm just gonna push Mavar back down.
Oh,
That's true. Zed.
Push Mavar even further and glare at Tika.
Tika's just safely over in her nest of pillows, grinning. Does that mean we already know who you're gonna marry?
Tika, and then I'm just gonna jump forward and go to try and dunk Tika.
So I pop up going, so who does Zelda normally marry?
Rava looks so tired, like I am surrounded by children.
I mean, yes.
I mean, you kind of are.
Well, in all the
Yes,
tales,
yes, I
Princess Zelda
am.
always marries Link, the hero.
Zed, you can't marry yourself.
Now, I'm just gonna. You know, I still can cast Cryonis from here, and there's a lot of water.
Anyways, do you know how to get to the water temple?
Yeah, we kind of need that.
Yeah.
No, no one knows where the water temple is. Not even the deep sea Zora.
I'm just gonna.
Tika just
glance.
looks at the prince.
Zed is as well to see if he reacts at all to that.
Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, hi, we're the heroes. Do you know where the water temple is? We kind of have to go there.
You're telling me all 5 of you are the hero.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How does that work?
Yep.
Oh.
We really don't know. The hero's soul got shattered and it kind of got in 5 people. But I mean, we've gone through multiple temples already, so it's kind of proven a point. Also, there was apparently a barrier around that thing we just went to. There wasn't a barrier for us. We just walked in.
And you know.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't our DM.
Mm-hmm.
What you talking about? It's too dangerous.
What?
Going through the temple straits.
Yes.
Mhm.
He kind of moves, and you can see a lattice work of scars on one side of him.
You tried.
I took a group down there
Mm,
when I was
Winks.
younger.
yeah.
Currents there are murderous, and the rocks are even sharper. We managed to get past the worst of it, and we thought we were clear. And then, well, only 2 of us survived the way back. However, I will say that before we turned back, I did see what looked to be a circular platform that had a faint blue glow in the shape of Nero's symbol.
Do you think maybe there's an entrance we should be going to that isn't that entrance? Maybe that's a teleport thing, because, everything else has had a teleport thing.
I believe what I saw may have been the teleport way in.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It was not the temple
Mhm.
itself. It was just a platform.
I mean, that's been most of the entrances we found so far. I'm just really glad the one for the air temple didn't, cause horrible injuries.
Well,
Says you.
The reason we turned back was not exactly just the currents. It was the fact that we saw an Octorok as big as this palace.
Yeah, you just see Zed flinch.
Huh.
Well,
We thought it was part of the jagged sides until it moved. We realized between the currents and that thing we wouldn't last, so we fled. Unfortunately, not all of us had Misty Step.
Note to self: get Misty Step.
Note to self, I have no magic.
yup.
I don't know how you'll get there, but I would suggest against trying to fight that thing. If you insist on finding this temple, which I assume you are, since you are the heroes and will want to take down Ganondorf.
Mm-hmm.
Find the way to activate that portal and get out.
Question: was there like 4 pillars around it, or 4 really, really shiny objects around it that you could see? Just curious.
I'm afraid I only saw the glow of the platform itself before I had other problems.
The Octorok.
Fair enough. Had to ask.
The only reason I saw it was because it was glowing.
Hmm.
It was not glowing when we approached.
What?
It started to glow when we got closer. I'm not sure if it was reacting to my trident or something else, but
To your
it stopped
trident.
glowing once we left.
Is your trident special?
It is handed down in my family. A royal
Oh,
heirloom.
okay.
Some say it was wielded by the hero at some point, but I don't know. He kind of looks at Zed. I don't think a pipsqueak like that would actually be able to use a trident this big.
He has a
properly.
master
Snicker,
short
snicker,
sword,
snicker.
anyways.
Zed is just gonna kind of stand up and hold out a hand for it.
Said it's twice your height. Actually, almost 3 times your height.
Yeah, and
You're right. Let him hold it so we can see how ridiculous this is.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
All right, fine. He lets you hold it.
yeah, I have a strength of 18.
You can hold it. It's just really long and unwieldy for you.
I mean, there are those that can wield like spears and shields, even if they're longer.
I'm gonna point out there's more than one hero here. Look at Mavar.
I
I'm
just
just gonna
had
take the trident from Zed so I can give it back to the nice man. Well, so I can give it back to the fish who has it, and at least doesn't look ridiculous next to it.
God, can you guys imagine if we tried to like stack as many heroes as possible on top of each other, how tall we'd be?
3
I
heroes in a
think
trench coat.
I think we could get 4. I think we could do it.
I mean, the thing is, you'd have to have Mavar. It would have to be Dargo, then Mavar, then Rava, Tika, and Zed at the top.
Mavar might be left out because of strength.
What do you mean, might?
Yeah, I don't think
I
we
think
could-
that might be odd one out.
On the
Okay,
other
fair
hand,
enough.
Mavar might have to be on the top and just do
Yeah.
the floaty thing.
Oh my
That might
god,
work.
we can stack them all.
God, this is worse than dice stacking.
Stack a hero?
Stack a hero. He takes the trident back. Though as Mavar grabs it, it kind of glows slightly and then he takes it back quickly. Anyways, good
I
luck.
saw
You'll need it.
that. Everyone else saw the glow, right?
Yeah, did anyone else notice the glow?
Mm,
I have a passive of 15.
Oh god, I have a passive of 16.
I'd say Tika noticed it. Mavar, you noticed it because, hey, cat, that's the mic. Leave it alone. Mavar, you noticed it because you grabbed it. And as soon as you grabbed it, it kind of like had this like soft blue glow to it. What's the roof phase? Passive perception. Okay, she does not quite see it glow. She's staring at Mavar too much.
So, Jerk Prince. That's interesting. Have you ever been able to make it glow like that just by touching it? He could just grins.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not good at lying.
It's hard to lie when there's a cat in front of your mouth. No, my trident.
trident has other ideas.
It, maybe it glows when it wants to be wielded by somebody else.
I don't think that's how this works.
Well, then, give it back to Mavar for a second.
Yeah, let's see the glow.
Mm-hmm.
Mafar feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, somebody else's stick.
He holds the trident out for you.
Maybe it was a fluke thing. Maybe. Grab.
A fluke, huh? Puns.
No one believes it.
It slowly starts to glow again.
See?
That j- d- d-
Hey, maybe he can cleanse miasma with that. If it was something that the hero wielded at one point.
Isn't it miasma?
Whatever.
we prefer blight here.
But regardless,
First, you take my fiance. Now you're going to take my weapon.
To be fair, she didn't agree to the marriage, therefore she was never your fiance, and you gotta fuck off with that one.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
I mean, yeah. Also, I didn't ask for the weapon.
And it'd be alone until we deal with Ganondorf. Yeah,
Alone.
sorry. Mhm.
Sure. I can do alone.
I mean, it's up to Mavar. Mavar, it's up to you.
Oh, yes, after it's done its job, I would definitely give it back.
Fine. But we're going to spin it as this is me helping you so that I get the public credit for it. I'm still the prince of your people. I am still your prince. And he looks at Mavar.
So, does that mean that you're gonna have him be your champion?
I like that idea.
Mm-hmm. It'll go really well in the salt opera, and then take out the parchment and start scribbling again.
At least if he's been if he's given the title of champion of the deep sea Zora, then he won't be a bumpkin out of nowhere.
Though it is more funny to have a bumpkin out of nowhere kick your ass.
The roof in the back goes, well, to be fair, usually the hero is a bumpkin out of nowhere.
Hi, I was a rancher.
Yeah, like that.
Hang on. Oh,
Rava
God.
is a kind of rancher too.
Oh,
She raises goats. They're really cute.
Pumpkin. Shut up, Zelda.
I'm just gonna reach over and smack Mavar.
Ow!
Shit. Also, my hair's probably longer now. Thankfully, it's hidden by my hood or by the hat.
Is it longer in blonde or longer in black?
Oh,
Have
Might
you been dyeing it?
let me see how well I remembered to.
I mean, also pointing out something else. We're going to be going underwater a lot.
Yeah,
That
I
dye's going to
know.
wash out.
I know. Let me see though. It would be probably intelligence to try and. Nope. It's probably by now.
Your roots are
least-
showing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I can't get the thingy out. I'll give you the modified stats afterwards, Pi. But for now, you can drag the Trident of Fish command from the SRD to your sheet.
Kind of what?
Trident of awesome.
The Trident of Fish command.
Aquaman!
I mean, yes.
I wonder if it works on whales.
It would.
They're not fish.
Yeah.
But they're not fish!
You can dominate any beast if it has a innate swim speed.
Yeah. So you
So it'd work
absolutely
on
could.
whales and dolphins.
Yep.
And seals.
And Zora.
Then
Zora
it's a
are
poorly
not
named
beasts.
item.
Oh.
Sorry?
It's a poorly named item.
All right, and with that, I guess we'll go on a short break. Let's make it quick because I don't think we're going to be going for too much longer. But
Right. We'll be right back. And just before we go on break, I would like to thank all of our patrons: Jesus Mendoza, Shomaru, Zaoka Hawkin, Nicholas Calix, Promos, Snanji, Fosfini, The Webcoder, Skexus Chamberlain, Walter Cahill, Pyrolytic, Aster, Joker's Wild, Tess, Matthew Moquin, Mia Midair, DM Samuel, Kelly Ruiz, Udis, Matakure, Matt B, Georg Mir, Gunk, Keora, Duport Guillaume, John Blair, Jeff Sarempa, Tiger Engineer, Christopher K, Kristen Manning, Heidi Smith, Tang, Lilias, Carl Sandstrom, Michael Kieran, Alex Huseman, Carl Bouquet, Kenneth Smith, Windwalker, Daniel Little, Thomas Borgoy, Srith, Lauren the GM, Justin Easterday, Jason Anderson, and Anthony Vitale. Thank you very much, and if I mispronounced your name, please let me know and I will try to get it right the next time. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And welcome back.
Hello, everyone. We are back. We're just gonna get rid of my ugly scribble there, even though you guys are not on technically on this map, but we don't need a map where you are right now. Anyways, Mavar, you have just received a wonderful looking trident. It's not the trident itself that's glowing; it's the little like blue crystals on it. And Prince Kira still looks a bit miffed at the whole idea, but it's for the greater good. I am a prince. I can deal with this. He sits back down. I can give you a rough map of where we found that spot. I assume if you're going that way that you will be passing by the new Deep Sea Zora village. Will you be heading down there?
We kind of promised Mavar we'd go there.
Yep.
It is nice to see that you at least are concerned about our people and wish to see what we are building for ourselves.
Wag, 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 wag.
Oh, by the way, is there a way to go down there when you can't breathe in water?
Or something that could help you breathe in water.
Well, Princess Narufa will be giving us one of the orbs, and I can use that to create a bubble of air around us, but that will only reach our village. I cannot let you take that as we need that bubble for our village.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Past that, and to go to the water temple, you will need to be able to breathe water. The trip down is done in stages, and water breathing potions will only last you an hour.
Mm-hmm.
What about the rest of your team?
Well,
Oh.
one doesn't need to breathe and one is a Zora.
But he said I need to breathe water, so if I don't breathe, that's still okay?
It's
Wait. It has to go in stages? How are we going to stop him from singing?
that is up to you, but if you go along the bottom, then, well, you'll have places to stop.
Okay.
As far as not breathing, he kind of looks at Dargo and goes, I suppose you'll be fine as long as you make sure you have equal pressure within your body as without. Otherwise, you will be a very small Goron by the time you reach the bottom.
Oh.
That would be
Wait, does
bad.
that mean he has to breathe then when he goes down?
Or
Well,
have
if you
him...
have any
Hmm.
cavities within you, it should be filled with water.
I'll keep that in mind.
Oh God.
Maybe I should brush my teeth more.
So maybe swallow a bunch of water, I guess. I'm not sure how Gorons work.
Me neither.
I see and appreciate you, Garm.
Thank you.
Y'all just watch Dargo shrink until he's like Zed size.
You're gonna find,
Horrifying.
you're gonna find like a 3 foot tall diamond Goron when you get down there.
That would be
Amazing.
Would
fucking
underwater
amazing.
Goron just be like that? Like
Yeah.
small but very, very, very like
Would that
diamondy?
affect their unarmored AC?
I guess it would.
Immune to piercing, slashing.
But weak to bludgeoning.
If they're diamond, then that wouldn't be correct.
I never said they were diamonds. I don't think they're made out of coal.
Carbon.
Only the bad ones are.
Narufa looks at all of you and goes, well, so I see already that Zed has claimed the armor of a hero with no permission or ceremony.
He kind of does that.
Incredible. What and is Rava wearing the cloak?
I should be.
Okay. So she sees the manta ray cloak and goes and kind of nods. That should give you protection. Was there no... Oh.
There was a shiny bow. Look at it. It's so shiny.
Yeah, it's
Tika
not gonna
just
let you
brings
breathe.
up the silver bow. No, but it's really shiny.
I think I know what we can do to help you. And she detaches the necklace that she's wearing and holds it out to Tika.
You just see Tika tilt her head confused and then carefully take it. What's this?
It is a protective charm. My father gave it to me on my 50th birthday. I believe it will help you breathe normally wherever you go.
Okay.
Let's go to
Once-
space.
Once we finish with the water temple, I'll bring it back.
That would be appreciated. It is a memento of my father now.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep this. I'm just borrowing it.
So it looks like the one in the picture, but it is silver instead of gold.
Because Zora.
Because Zora. And hey, look, it's something that Tika can wear with no problem.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, if you all wish to rest today, I believe the sea shanty is leaving tomorrow. Auntie
What about you,
Revan
Prince?
said
When are you
that-
going?
Prince Kira kind of... I will be going with you. I will be taking the sea shanty home. I need to deliver the orb as soon as possible. It will help protect our village as it is being constructed. And then I'm afraid I'm going to have to stay there because I am one of the few who have the magic capable of using the orb as Royal Lion and a sage. Though I would love to come with you.
That'd be dumb on many levels.
Well, as they say, duty calls, and I have to stay with my people. I think enough ill has passed. We have lost enough people as it is.
So we'll meet up tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Princess Nerufa goes, in the meantime, we have all afternoon. Hey Mavar, wanna tour of the castle?
Don't you mean palace?
Palace. Yes, Garm, including the royal chambers.
Oh my god, girl. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to see more of the palace while we're here. And I just imagine going yoink like halfway through that sentence.
Yeah. I will show you all the dark passages. Let's go.
Could you have picked the worst phrase?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. What are the rest of you doing for the rest of the evening?
Talani, you're
I
still-
don't think I.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't think I want to witness a Goron romance.
Get
Zora.
in the Zora.
What about a Zora one?
No, I don't. No, I stand by what I said. I don't want to witness a Goron one.
that's fair.
Mm.
It
I
would be
don't-
kind of cute, like with the bro your my entire life, but also that would be That would be the sum of it. That would be how they do.
Yeah, that's where it
Oh
stops.
yeah, the surfer
Yeah.
Gorons.
Maybe they hold hands. That's about it.
That'd be cute.
Pick a kid out the lava. Or whatever.
Considering we're probably going to be heading to the temple sooner rather than later, I'm restocking on arrows and probably going to try and make some more too.
Okay. You go look for arrow restocking, and they actually have a bit of a variety, including 2 types of arrows. The normal type that you're used to, and they are fletched with feathers. You're guessing they're locally sourced.
Mhm.
And then they have ones that are kind of they have that same silvery sheen that the construction of this place has. And they have a very unique design and are not fletched with feathers. The tip of it has more like holes to it. Like it's not a solid piece.
Yeah, Tika's just gonna like look at the shopkeeper and it's like, "What's with these arrows?"
Yeah, those are underwater arrows.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because normal arrows don't really go very far underwater. The fletching doesn't really work well when it's soaked wet.
Fair enough.
These are made to pierce through currents without being dragged away.
Please excuse me while I look at. Okay, that's how much rupees Tika personally has. Okay. Listen, Guru actually gave us a shit ton of rupees a few sessions ago. I actually kept track of it. We split a shit ton between ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how much are they? Tika's not used to buying shit. She's like, I don't even know how much something like this is worth.
One red rupee for a quiver.
Holy shit, she actually has that amount. I'm gonna need these. Yeah, I'll buy a quiver of that.
Okay, so he gives you a quiver of 20 arrows. You would know that that's double the cost of normal arrows.
Yeah, I kind of figured, but these are specialized.
Mm-hmm.
So how many on our quiver, sorry?
20.
Okay, because I have to add another resource counter.
20 underwater arrows.
Okay. And then at some point in the afternoon, I have to test out this bow. So I'm gonna find some because I also want to check to make sure this necklace actually is, going to work. So I'm going to go to a beach and basically go underwater and try testing out the one of the underwater arrows I got. I'm not shooting anything. I just want to test it out. So hopefully it won't, damage the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then also test out a couple of my normal arrows to see how they fire underwater if I use the silver short bow.
Okay. Okay, so you're testing the silver short bow underwater with normal arrows and with the new arrows, right?
Yeah. I want to basically see one, how the bow shoots, and two, how the arrows act underwater. Because I need to know this before we get into a serious fight underwater.
Fair enough. Is anyone helping Tika or watching this?
How would we even?
I don't know.
I guess I could also be underwater and make note of where it lands. So that Tika can more
help her
accurately
recover
judge.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose.
Okay.
Or Flappy Bird.
All right, so shooting with the bow underwater is similar enough to shooting this bow underwater is similar enough to what you're used to not impose disadvantage. It does take a bit of getting used to just because this is a shorter bow. It is still meant for a larger creature. Luckily for you, Zora anatomy and
Rito anatomy.
Rito anatomy is pretty close.
Because they're related.
Yeah.
It is still one of the things I hate most about Legend of Zelda lore. I'm just pointing out.
Legend of Zora lore, yeah.
That's the one that breaks the camel's back, huh?
Yes, actually. I'm going to point out Rito first show up in Wind Waker. Do you know what Wind Waker is? The one where most of the land is ocean. Why would Zora have evolved into Rito when the entire world is ocean? It makes no sense. Just make Rito their own fucking people.
Yeah, that's a sticker. That's the point that she always brings up. Anyways, the main thing is you have feathered fingers, and that's the kind of awkwardness that you have to get over. But you've shot like regular bows that were not meant for Ritos before, so it doesn't take you too long to get used to that. Arrows. Normal arrows underwater have half the range.
Okay, good to know.
And the underwater arrows have the normal range.
Okay, that's what she had to figure out.
Mm-hmm. You do notice that if you go into an area with a heavy current, like if you try doing it during when the tide is changing or something, so that there's more movement of water, even the underwater arrows have a bit of a deviation to them. So mechanically speaking, you have like a -2 to your attack.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, they still shoot better than the regular arrows. You kind of sort of give me, what would that be? Maybe a wisdom check.
Okay. Wisdom. 3. Unless it's error related and I have advantage and I can roll again, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage since it's error related.
18.
Apparently, I had to mention that it was arrow related first. You notice that like the currents kind of sort of act like the wind would above water. So to a certain extent, you have to learn where the currents are going and aim not directly at things. It's just a lot harder because the wind isn't like usually arrows are meant to not be that affected by wind, but currents are a lot stronger in terms of pushing an arrow out of the way.
Okay.
So you kind of have to double the effect of what you would normally think for like you're not used to the whole judging a current's strength because you're used to judging wind strength.
Okay, and the last thing I want to test out is Tika's practicing all this. How does a normal arrow shoot if I use Meadow's Wind? Like, how does Meadow's Wind work if I try using it underwater?
What does Meadow's Wind do normally?
If I use it with an arrow, I can actually add extra damage to it, but it creates like gusts, it can push things.
Change the direction of the projectile. I'd say Meadow's Wind does not let you change the direction of the projectile underwater.
But I could still use the wind to give it that extra push of damage. I just can't change direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you do it in the moment that you release the arrow, it gives it like that extra burst of speed. But underwater, it's still somehow wind, so it's just a bunch of bubbles that come out.
I kind of figured, but
so if you try
all this now,
Yeah, so if you try to use Meadow's wind to move and you just see this like line of bubbles just and they kind of do like sure, it changed the arrow's direction in a completely arbitrary one. You
Okay.
just see the arrow like grab by the bubbles and just go upwards.
Okay, good to know. Tika's just gonna spend the afternoon testing all this shit out, like figuring out how to shoot these things, figure out how the arrows work.
While your friends help you recover the arrows each time.
Yes. Hey, do you really want me testing out this shit in the middle of battle?
No, no.
Exactly.
I will say that before the day is done, I would like to see if I can find a shop that sells a heavy shield.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Probably not going to go great. Yeah, 11.
Yeah, you find a place that sells shields. They have these like really light looking scaly looking shields. They don't have any heavy shields though.
I'd like to ask the shopkeep if they know somebody who does sell heavy shields.
That's more of a Hylian thing. No one on the island really has any use for heavy shields, which is why they don't import them. You'd have to get that in a Hylian village or city.
I'm just going to kind of pout a bit. Man. Grumble. Also, it'd be really entertaining to see Zed using a heavy shield because it'd be probably almost as tall as he is.
Yeah. Alright.
Rava is spending the afternoon looking out on the water, taking deep breaths and attempting to approach it and getting to like waist deep and chickening out and going back to shore and trying again. She hasn't managed to
That's
actually
adorable.
she hasn't actually managed to get her head under to breathe to try breathing yet. It's yeah.
That is one thing Tika does find out. Her movement speed is halved underwater.
Okay, important question for that. Considering we're underwater, would she be using her walking speed or her flying speed?
Given that you are a bird, I will allow you to use your flying speed, assuming that you're using your like wings to try and like swim underwater.
Okay.
So you have that extra, you still have that extra push of like your wings to move faster. Unless you're on the ground, like on the like underwater on the ground.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, like, if she's swimming, it's technically her fly speed half?
Yeah. So fly speed halved.
So 30.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe Zed's speed is not halved because he's got the armor on.
That's correct.
Yeah, and the cloak also gives you swim speed, so I think it actually makes you even faster.
Oh God.
Hmm.
In which Pi remembers that normal speed is 25, but swim speed is 60.
Yep.
So, Mavar then becomes Tika.
Yes,
Okay, bye
actually.
then.
So, Dungeon Master, what about my speed?
Well, you think.
Don't you sink underwater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know if you guys want to try finding out a way to make him like have a flotation
I
system.
don't think it's
like...
gonna happen.
Yeah, Karu, I don't know how that would happen.
Actually, I'm going to at some point take Dargo over to the Goron area of the city.
That's
Okay.
a good point.
Because hey, these Gorons do construction and stuff. How do they get to the surface quickly if need be? Or let's say they go up against the cliffside, but they need to get up to a higher cliff area underwater. How do they move up and down?
I
Well,
mean, they climb the cliff.
I mean, yes, they can climb the cliff. A lot of their construction and stuff they basically have like zip lines that they use.
mhm.
But they do have one thing to offer you so that you have some kind of swim speed. They have Goron flippers.
Amazing.
Oh lord.
Oh my god.
And this is why I went to ask.
Yeah, they have this for emergencies or in case they can't like use the zip lines or whatever, and it's slow going, but they can eventually swim to the surface using the flippers.
How much for the flippers?
The flippers is going to be bread rupee.
Which is 10 rupees?
20.
20.
20. Alright, I will pay them
Okay.
for the
So
flippers.
you get they're designed kind of based on a bit of like what the Zora anatomy look like. So you've got the flippers for your feet, and then ones that connect to your arms to give you to your forearms to give you a bit more lift underwater.
So, what speed do I get from those?
Half of your normal speed.
Oh god.
Talking.
And I can't dash underwater.
You can dash underwater.
Well, dash is the roll for me.
Oh, yeah, you can't roll underwater. You can
Okay,
double
okay.
move. You can roll along the bottom. That's fine. You can roll downwards, I guess, but not upwards.
Alright.
But at least that lets you not sink, because otherwise you're a anchor. So you can also use those to not like keep yourself from sinking and just staying in place instead.
Sounds good.
All right, you've all gathered what you can for underwater maneuvers. And have a night's rest in the palace in very comfy rooms suited to each of your anatomies. And the next day, you all leave on the sea shanty with Captain Revu at the helm and Prince Kira watching all the shenanigans, trying to look as regal as always, as you guys have pretty much the whole coastal village, coastal city, waving you off.
Mm-hmm.
The captain's like, I've never had. Well, okay, yeah, I've done this before with royalty, but this is even more exuberant than normal.
Blame the princess. She kind of gabbed about us to the entire village, city.
Yeah, you see a lot of like banners with the Triforce on them. Among the ones with the Nehru symbol.
Amazing.
Also, this is going to be a great salt opera once it's over.
I'm more worried about this info getting out to people.
Yes. So am I. But
We've been trying
Oh,
to
it's
keep
too
this
late for
secret.
that.
yeah, yeah.
Those of you with a high perception also may notice that there's a couple of banners that definitely have like two little figures of a blue and a light lavender Zora holding hands.
Oh.
Tika just leans over to Mavar and points at one of them. It's like, you see that?
Yes, I see that. I don't need you to point it out.
Tika's just grinning because
Oh,
now
God.
it's your turn to suffer.
How the turns have tabled.
Oh man.
And And I think that's where we're going to leave the session.
Woo!
All right.
I will just point out, Zed is probably going to have washed out the die at this point, just because it's not worth it.
That's fair. You're going underwater
And also because this particular
area.
helm, well, I was going to say
Oh,
helm,
the helm.
they can just hide their hair under it if necessary.
Mm-hmm. That's
It's,
true.
it's also getting a bit long. Because
Are they tying it back?
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and come back on Friday where we'll see what happens when a group of idiots go into a crystal labyrinth.
I don't want you to talk about.
Hey,
It's not gonna go good. Have a
Yeah.
good night.
Well,
it'll be
Night.
fine.
Night, guys.
Bye.
later.